Okay, Sunil. Yeah. Okay. So this course is on API testing. Okay. So the course duration we are planning is 30 to 35 days. Okay. Course duration we are planning is 30 to 35 days. Okay. So in this 30 to 35 days, what you're going to learn, that has to be very clear for you guys. Correct? Okay. In this 30 to 35 days, what you're going to learn from this course. Okay. Okay. So first I'm going with the manual API testing. Okay, means API testing using REST APIs with the manual approach. Okay, first I'm going with the manual approach using Postman tool. Okay, so using Postman tool, and the same thing after getting some old on working with the manual and with the Postman tool, the same thing that we are achieving with the automation. Okay, so manual approach performing the API testing using REST APIs. Okay, so REST APIs with a manual approach. Okay, because just just think about normal manual testing. Okay, so once you're getting how you will get hold on the application. Once you're performing that with a manual approach, then you will get some hold on the application and you will get to know the functionality clearly. So then you are jumping into the automation. Then only it's possible you to write some scripts in the automation with respect to functionality or anything it may be. Okay, you have to you have to manually, you have to run the transaction or understand the execution by testing it manually. Okay, when you're going when you're testing the application manually thoroughly, so then only you're getting hold on the application, then it is very useful you to work with automation. Correct, the same thing we are doing now also. Okay, so first we are starting with a manual approach from very basic level to the advanced level. Okay, so once you're getting some old on it, then we are jumping into the automation. Okay, so to work with a manual approach, to work with the REST APIs, to perform the API testing using the REST APIs in the manual process. Okay, so we are making use of a Postman tool. Okay, so in the Postman tool, we are learning about collection topic and environment topic, maintaining the environments. Okay, and all the HTTP methods. Okay, CRUD operation. And something called authentication. How to perform the authentication and collection, how to use collection journal. About collection journal we are also learning, and data driven and validation of the response. And okay, so okay, first first we are going to understand the what is what is Postman, why we are going to use the Postman tool, how it is useful, and what is this REST API. By taking that APIs, how we are working with the API testing, and what is collection, why we need to create a collection inside the Postman, how it is useful. If you are not creating the connection, what is the disadvantage? And if you are creating the collection, what is the advantage? Inside the collection, there's many topics will come. Okay, we can create a folder, we can place the different requests in, we can categorize the request based upon the methods, HTTP methods, and environments. Okay, environments is nothing but, if you're already working in an organization, we will be having so many environments, like, we'll be having many environments, like QA environments, production environment, pre-prod environment, developers environment, or okay. So different environments how we can create inside the Postman tool. Okay, so how we can create, and according to the environment, how the parameters we can pass to perform the API testing with the REST APIs. All these things we will be covering here. Okay. So then HTTP methods. Okay. So HTTP methods. So these are the basic business operation we are performing by using the HTTP methods. Okay. What are the HTTP methods available? So what are the use of these HTTP methods? How to perform the CRUD operation? CRUD operation is nothing but a business operation. Okay. So whatever the application you take, this is what we will be performing. CRUD operation only we will be performing. For example, you can take any example, okay, take an example of the Facebook. Okay, you're creating your account, you're retrieving the data, whatever the data you want, or else you're updating your data, or else you're deleting your account itself. Okay, this is what you can perform. Okay, inside the Facebook. Okay, this is the business operation, we call it as basically CRUD operation. Okay, so these are all the things we are performing. Then we can authenticate ourselves on the services. Okay, for example, okay, this is your Facebook account. Okay, nobody can able to access. Okay, the person who knows the username and password can access into it. Okay, so this is how we are performing the basic authentication there with respect to Facebook application. Okay, the person who knows the username and password can able to enter into the particular account. Okay, so other person is not possible to enter into that account, right? So this is nothing but authentication we are doing there. Okay, so in this authentication we have a different types of authentication. Okay, so basic authentication, barrier token, auth1, auth2, so many authentications are there. So we can make use of all those authentication, how we can achieve that, all those things will be covering here. Okay, and here something called collection runner. Okay, how to run the collection runner, I mean to say how to run the multiple requests at a time. Okay, something in Selenium we call it as a parallelization, sequentially running the scripts, sequentialization, something we will call, no. So that is what. Okay, so the multiple requests will be stored in the collection. So how to run those requests at a time? Okay, how to achieve this we will be learning. And data driven approach. If you're familiar with the Selenium, you know how data driven approach works. Okay, so we have to store our data in the external file. That external, from that external file we have to access the data. How we can achieve that? So, okay, so with respect to UA also we have a data driven approach. With respect to backend testing also we have a data driven approach. How we can achieve this data driven approach in the Postman tool? All these things we'll be covering here. Okay, and validation of the response. Okay, after sending the request, we'll be getting back the response. Okay, so after getting back the response, how we have to perform the validation? Nothing but in Selenium we will be doing assertions, right? So same thing, we have to perform the validation, whether we are getting the proper response or not, whether our response is correct or not, that we need to check. Okay, so how we can achieve that, that we will be studying here. Okay, so these are all the main concepts which is required for the organization level. All those things I'm covering here. Okay, so once you're familiar with this manual approach, and once you're getting some old and the manual approach, then we are jumping into automation. Okay, so for automation we are making use of a Rust Azure. Okay, API testing using Rust Azure. Testing REST APIs using Rust Azure. Okay, so we are to automation, we are using a Rust Azure library. Okay, this Rust Azure is also a Java library. Okay, so by making use of this, we are achieving the API testing. Okay, so we are working with the REST APIs by using the Rust Azure. Okay, so here also we are going to cover all these things. Okay, so working with all the CRUD operation and working with all the authentications, working with the data driven approach, and also working with the complex request. Okay, how we can send the complex request. There are three approaches are there. Okay, so either we can achieve the complex request by using a hash map. You have maybe you have already studied in Java. Okay, hash map. Maybe you will be having idea on it, or else something we call it as a JSON object. Okay, and Kojo class. Okay, so this is all the three ways we use to work with the complex request. Okay, so after the complex request done, we can perform the authentication with the services. All these things we will learn. Okay, and data driven approach, how we can validate the response. All these things we will learn in the automation approach also. Okay, so once we are covering this, we will be working with the framework. Okay, the framework is nothing but a project only. Okay, this is whatever the framework we learn, that only will be working as a project. Okay, framework build, we will build on framework on this. Okay, so in this framework build, we are integrating Jenkins. Okay, we are also learning Jenkins tool. Okay, so Jenkins and Jira and TestNG and Jenkins, Jira, TestNG, then Log4j. We can add up Log4j in the framework. Okay, so we will start building our project from scratch. Okay, so these are all the things we are learning. Okay, along with the all these concepts, we are also learning about framework implementation. Okay, so this is more than enough you to work in any of the organization. If you want to switch your career from any front-end engineer to, means I mean to say front-end test engineer to back-end test engineer, or if your company is demanding you to learn the back-end testing also, this course has a complete package. Okay, so both the manual approach and both the automation approach you will be learning here. Okay, so this is what we are planning in this 30 to 35 days. Okay, clear or any doubt with this? Mm-hmm. Any doubt with respect to content? Mm-hmm. Just make use of a chat. If you are not able to unmute yourself and talk, make use of a chat. Quick, I want a session to be interactive. Any doubt with respect to content? Okay, no doubt. Okay. Okay, okay. So this is the content, okay, and the duration is 30 to 35 days, okay, and the timing is 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. Okay, timing of the class daily 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. 1 hour of class. Okay, so now tell me what is API. I want a session to be interactive. Okay, so now tell me what is API. What is API? What is API? No issues. If it is wrong, also no issues. Yeah. Yes. Okay, so API is nothing but application programming interface. Okay, so application programming interface. Okay, so what is this application programming interface? Okay, let's take an example. See, nowadays, yes, yes, Sunil. Okay, so nowadays take an example of any of the application. Okay, so all it's all about API only. Okay, that's why API, API testing or API development is booming in the industry now. That's why everyone is rushing into learning all these courses, because these are all the things which is very booming nowadays. Okay, so what take an example of any of the application, it's all about API. Okay, so this is one application. Okay, and this is one application. Okay, so this application has built in Java language. Okay, and it is using the database as a MySQL. This application has built in .NET language. It has taken a database as a SQL server. Okay, okay, so this application, send asking something with this application, and this application, whatever he is asking, he is telling something, but whatever this application is requesting, this application is not able to understand, and whatever the thing this application is responding, this application is not able to understand. Why they are not able to understand? Because this is in Java language, this is in .NET language. They both are not equal, so they are not able to understand each other's communication. For example, hmm, okay, if I'm speaking in Kannada, okay, if you guys know only Telugu, okay, whatever the thing I will be telling, or whatever the thing I will be explaining, that you will be not understood by your people, right? So to make it clear, I am making use of English as a common language. Okay, so to understand you guys, I'm using any regional language. I'm using English as a common language, so that both we can understand each other and we can communicate with each other. Okay, so the same way, this two application is not able to understand their communication, because they both knows a different language. Okay, so in the between these two people, okay, this API is working as a mediator. Okay, interface. Okay, this API is working as an interface, as name suggests. Okay, it is acting as an interface between the two application, okay, for their communication. Okay, so okay, you can ask me the question. Okay, then we are making use of a API, what it contains, which language it contains, so that both we can able to communicate that, and all the things we'll learn later. Okay, but as of now, you understood that this how we are using this API. Okay, so for example, okay, so for the example, okay, so this is a Amazon application. Okay, so this is the Amazon application now. Okay, so in Amazon application, what is happening is, so you guys are going and you guys are purchasing something. Okay, you guys are searching some product, and you guys are purchasing something in the Amazon application. Okay, so after searching the product, after purchasing the, after searching the product, and after selecting the product, what you are doing is you're clicking on the pay now button. Okay, so when you are clicking on the pay now button, what is happening? List of options will be coming. Okay, what is that list of option? You can pay with a Google Pay, you can pay with a Phone Pay, you can pay with a Paytm. So all these options will be coming. Correct? Correct? Am I correct? Mm-hmm. Correct, guys. Okay, so all these options will be coming here. Okay, so when you're okay, okay, just a real time example understood. Okay, so it will be very easy to understand how it is working exactly. Okay, where we are using. Okay, in real time only we are using this APIs. Okay, but we will be not knowing that. Okay, so what is happening here? This is the Amazon application. Okay, so suppose yesterday only they released some offer. Okay, Amazon, so we are rushing into Amazon application now because they are giving a good offer now. Okay, so we are searching for the products now here. Okay, so let's take in a mobile phone, we are searching here. Okay, so after searching, okay, we like that very much and we have to purchase it now at any cost. We have to purchase it soon now because they are giving some offer. Okay, okay, so we were very much happy and we are we are searching the product and we selected the product. After everything, okay, it's finally that we are clicking on the pay now button. Okay, when we are clicking on the pay now button, it is giving us list of options here. Pay with the Phone Pay, pay with the Google Pay, and pay with the Paytm. Okay, so these are all the options coming. Okay, so just observe here, just observe. Okay, so think logically. This Phone Pay is also an application. Okay, this Google Pay is also an application. This Paytm is also an application. Okay, so you can think, okay, this Amazon is also an application. Okay, so how they are integrating this Phone Pay application inside the Amazon application, this Google Pay application inside of this application, and this Paytm inside of this Amazon. So how they are integrating it and how we are making use of it inside my Amazon application, all these applications. Correct, that is the question, right? So this is where we are making use of the what is that API. Okay, this is where we are making use of the API. Okay, so what we are doing, this Phone Pay has built in some other language. Okay, this okay, my Amazon is in now Python. Okay, so maybe my Phone Pay is in, just I'm giving example, I don't know which language they have built. Okay, so Java, and my Google Pay is in C# and my Paytm is in PHP. Okay, okay, so they are in different language. How they have integrated inside the Amazon application, because my Amazon application is Python. Okay, so what they're doing, this is okay, this is one more application. Okay, they're simply calling the Phone Pay API inside the Amazon application to run their business. Okay, they're simply consuming the Phone Pay API or Google Pay API or Paytm API. Okay, so they are simply consuming that API and providing some particular parameters, and that API we are making use of inside the Amazon to to run our business. Okay, so this is how it is working. Okay, so even though they are built in different language, no matters, we are just consuming the API, Phone Pay API, Google Pay API, and Paytm. Okay, so all these APIs we are just consuming and we are making use inside my Amazon application to run our business. Okay, so this API inside it can it works with the JSON data. Okay, so transferring, sending the request and getting the response, it make use of the JSON. Okay, so this JSON is common for each and every language, this language. Okay, so it will be understood by each and every language. Okay, these are all the things we will be learning later in the further session. Okay, but basic understand, you just get some basic understand about API. Okay, they are just consuming this API and making use in their application to run their business. Okay, so this is one example. Okay, maybe you have seen, you might have come across some situation like, whenever you're trying to log in, you will be having some options. Okay, you can, log in with your Google account, log in with your Facebook account, log in with your Twitter account, like that. Whenever you're going with some application. Okay, so whenever you're going with some application here, okay, so you'll be getting the options like here. Okay, here username and password is there. Yes. Okay, username, password, or else here other option. Just example I'm giving. Okay, so like this, some of the application will provide like, these are the options. Like, you can also log in by entering the username and password, or you can enter. Okay, it is only giving you the option log in with the Facebook, log in with the Gmail. Okay, so how it is working here also, they're simply, consuming the Facebook API to authenticate themselves. They're simply consuming the Gmail API to authenticate their user. Okay, so anyway, while, registering and while performing the login into the Facebook, this Facebook people has done some authentication with the user. So this some application, XYZ application, what it is doing, obviously Facebook, Facebook will, perform the authentication of the user. Obviously is authenticated one only. So let me call the API of the Facebook. Let me consume the API of the Facebook, and that API we can use to authenticate in my application. Okay, they're simply consuming that API and simply authenticating their user to log in into their application. Okay, so these are all the different scenarios where we can making use of the API. In our real time we will be using always it. Okay, or let's take an example of a flight. Okay, so online ticket services. Okay, so maybe you want to travel from Hyderabad to Bangalore. Okay, Hyderabad to Bangalore, you have to travel and you want to book a ticket now. Okay, so you want to book a flight now. Okay, so just tell me if you have, experienced this. Means we will be having so many airlines. We'll be having many airline services. Okay, but we will be not going directly to the airline services and we will not book the flights. Okay, we will not do that. Okay, even though we can do that, but we will not do that. Okay, what we will do, we will go with some online travel agencies like um what is that, make my trip, or clear trip. Okay, so these are some online travel agencies. Okay, so we will be getting notification, right? Like, you have 50% of offer, you have 30% of offer, you have 40% of offer. So these people are giving a good offer for us. Means why we have to go directly to the airline websites and we can book that. Okay, so directly we can make use of, we can open the make my trip or clear trip or some other online travel agencies, and if we can book from your means, at least we will be getting 50% offer, right? It's correct. Okay, that's why we always go with the online travel agencies, because they will be giving some offer. Okay, so not like that, like, we used to it. If we want to book some ticket means, usually we will be making use of this. Okay, so what is happening now? So now, okay, we are going with the make my trip and clear trip. Okay, let me show you. Um, okay. Oh, okay. Here is there. Okay. So this is a make my trip. Okay, this is a online travel agency. This is a agency. Okay. So what is happening here? So I am selecting. Okay, I want to book a flight now. I want to book a flight. See, there are so many options is there in this website. Okay, but I am selecting flight and I am giving a from and to address like Hyderabad to Bangalore and departure date also I'm giving here. Okay, so when I'm giving this information and when I'm clicking on the search here, list of options will be available. Okay, so list of options will be available here. Okay, so what is this list of options? So these are all Air India, Indigo, okay, Air Asia. Okay, these are all the, what is this, airline companies. Okay, these are all the airline companies. Okay, this Air India is also having separate application, means website. Indigo is also having separate website, and Air Asia is also having separate website. Okay, if you go here, uh, Air India. Okay, see here, this is also an airline company. Okay, this is also having separate website for this. Air India. Same way, Air Asia, Indigo, all are having separate website. Okay, so what is happening? What are the details available in Air India website here? Okay, what are the details available in Air India website? That information is available here also about Air India. When I'm searching like this, okay, this Air India details, Indigo details, Air Asia details is coming in my make my trip website. Okay, this is one website. This information coming in make my trip website. Okay, it's open clear trip. Hmm, this is official website. Okay, so this application information, like this is the main application, right? This is the main application. Here all the Air India flights details will be available. Okay, so this information, okay, we are getting in make my trip application. Okay, so how it is happening, this Air India is also on website. This information we are getting in here, and Indigo is also on website, so that information we are getting in the make my trip. Okay, so all these are also different website and different services they are providing. Okay, this Air India is also providing flight services, and this is also providing, and this area is also providing. Okay, so if we go on, if we, in the Air India, and we can search for the availability of the flights. Okay, obviously it will show these details also. So we have flights at this and we have a price this, all this availability it will show here also. So this information we are getting in the make my trip. So what they are doing, so here also they are consuming. Okay, okay, now tell me, I will tell you two scenario what they are doing. Okay, so you have to tell me which one is, which approach they are doing. Okay, see, this Air India details we are getting in the make my trip. Okay, so first scenario. Okay, so make my trip, accessing Air India database to get the information. This is one step, this is one scenario. Okay, and second one, uh, they are creating common resource so that Air India will be updating information into it every 10 minutes once. That will be consumed by make my chip. Okay. So now tell me which approach is correct. Which approach is correct in this two? Which approach is correct or none of is correct? See, what I'm telling is, see, this Air India is a airline company. Okay. So in this Air India, what are the flights available of Air India company will be available here. But this information also we are getting in the Make My Trip. Okay. So how we are getting this Air India information here? So I have given you the two option. This one option and this one option. Now tell me, in this two option, which one is correct? Or both are wrong? Or any one is correct? Okay. According to Kalpana, second one is correct. Okay. Okay. Others, see, I want a session to be interactive. If you are not able to unmute yourself and talk means, you just make use of a chat and answer the question. Okay. Otherwise, how I will get to know whether you guys are understanding or not. Session should not be bored. Okay. It should be interactive. Otherwise, I will get bored. Hmm. Just make, if it's wrong also no issues. Okay. You just, interact with me. That's all. Okay, according to Kalpana, second one. According to Sheikh, it's first one. Okay. Others? Priyanka? Sunil? Shubhangi? Okay. 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 So what is the first one it is telling? So it is telling that make my trip accessing the Air India database to get the information. Okay. So which is highly impossible. Okay. Which is highly impossible. Yes, Shubhangi, you raised your hand. Okay. So why it is highly impossible? Okay. Because database is okay. In the database, what will be stored? Okay. All the information, all our secure information will be stored. Okay. So database has a huge value. Okay, because all our information will be present there. Okay. How we can let the third party, this make my trip and all like a third party, right? So how we can let these people to access the Air India database, because this is different company and this is different company. If we are given access to access our database means, okay, today they are taking information about the flights, maybe they will do some scam, right? In the future, maybe they will take some other information also, correct? But whatever the data we are storing should be very secure. Okay, we will not let means we will not allow anybody to access our database. Okay, in our company only. Okay, for example, in whatever the company we works for, in the companies also it will be very secure. Only access, only the person who is authorized to access that database only can able to open and do all those things. Okay, it's not possible to let others to know about our database and our information, all those things. Okay, so database, what each and every data will be present here. Okay, so it's not possible to, for example, okay, this is a Air India. Okay, so what is this Air India is doing here? So it is collecting all your information, correct? So all your information will be collected here. Maybe, okay, you're clicking on the book now. Okay. So when you're clicking on the book, no, maybe it is collecting your account information also, correct? Okay, so this is all stored in the database. What all the information you will provide here, everything will be stored in the database. Okay, so if we given access to this make my trip means, okay, it will access all your information. What are all the things you have stored in the database by believing Air India, all the information is, this make my trip can able to see and it can access that information. Okay, which is not recommended at all. Nobody will share their database credential to any other person. Okay, it's something like, for example, you have stored some gold. Okay, you stored some gold in mm, what we call in a bag. Okay, so that you will close that with some password, some key. Okay, by providing some password and all, some locker will come, no, you will store that. Okay, so you will give that key and you will share that locker detail, everything with your parents or with your sister or anybody. Okay, you will not share that to for the outside person, right? So in this way, you are making it very secure. Your things, your assets, you are making very secure. Okay. Same way. Okay. What are all the details this company is having? Okay. So it's not possible to share the complete database itself with the other company. Okay. Because data, what are the data we are providing with this company should be very secure. Okay. Uh, we should not let others to know about the user's data from our database. Okay, database credential and all we will not even share. Okay, and second one, they are creating a common resource. Okay, for example, this is a Air India. This is a Air India. Okay, this is a make my trip. Okay, yeah, this is one common resource. Okay, so what it is telling this sentence? So this sentence is telling that they are creating one common resource. This is a common resource. Okay. So this Air India company will be updating availability of the flights and non-availability of the flights, each and everything, every 10 minutes to this resource. Okay. Every 10 minutes, it is giving a update to this resource, third resource. Okay. So yes, this flight's available. This flight is not available. This flight will depart now. This flights will arrive now. All this data every 10 minutes it is updating in the resource. Okay, this make my trip is taking the information from this resource. Is taking the information from this resource now. Okay, so it is taking from here. Okay, so now what is the problem? How often it is updating? Every 10 minutes once it is updating. This Air India is updating here every 10 minutes once. Okay. Okay. 10 minutes once it is updating the information to the resource. From the resource, this make my trip is capturing the information. Okay. So for example, one person is there. Okay. Okay. He booked the ticket. He booked the ticket here to Hyderabad to Bangalore. Okay. That is Air India ticket. Okay. So what happened? Air India ticket he has booked by using a make my trip. In Air India, what happened is the particular flight, whatever the flight he has booked here, this is the person, is one person, okay? So whatever the flight he has booked, mm, okay, so whatever the flights he has booked here, okay, that is a Air India airline company's flight, and he has booked here. Only he is waiting for the flight. What happened just a 5 minutes ago? Just a 5 minutes ago, this Air India, yeah, the flights, okay, the particular flight got cancelled. Okay, that particular flight got cancelled here. Okay, but that is not updated in the make my trip, and this person is not aware about that. Why it is not updated? Because here in the resource, this is getting the information from the resource about the Air India. Okay, but in the resource, it is not updated yet. Why? Because every 10 minutes once it is updating here. Okay, just it updated and it went back, and after the 10 minutes only it will give the update the data here. Okay, but that information, whatever the flight got cancelled, no, this information is not yet updated in the resource set. So since it is not updated here, in make my trip also it is not updated. So user can able to see train availability, and he has booked the ticket and he paid all the amount. But the cancellation information is not updated it. Okay, so okay, after the 10 minutes it updated. Okay, he is waiting from long time here. After the 10 minutes it updated, and after the 10 minutes after the updated from the resource, then it is updated in the make my trip. Okay, so he was waiting here, but immediately the information he received saying flight got cancelled. He already paid, he already did everything. Okay, now this person will shout with whom? He will shout with the make my trip. Okay, what is this nonsense? I'm waiting for this flight only. At the time of arrival, you are telling that the flight got cancelled. You have said before only, right? I will now make some other arrangement. Okay, so big quarrel with this person and with the make my trip company. But the problem with whom? Not with this also, not with this person also, not with Air India also. Okay, so the problem is, they are using the wrong approach. Okay, so because in the resource it is not updated, so here is also it is showing, so that is not a issue with the make my trip also. Okay, so this is not at all working properly with the real-time scenario. Okay, this is not a good approach with the real time. Okay, so they are not going with this approach also. It's not possible to get into the database and get the information about the flight also, and it's not possible to make use of third resource and make use of data from here also. So what is the approach? The approach is directly consuming the API from Air India to make my trip company. Okay, so whatever the data is updating here, simply it is within a second only it is updating in make my trip also. If you are making use of, if you are consuming the API directly from the Air India website to make my trip website. Okay, so this is how it is useful, API. Okay, so this is how API works in real time. Okay, so we basically in this course, okay, this is our idea about the API. Okay, so this is completely backend logic which is written by the developer. Okay, so okay, this is, say suppose this is a front end. Okay, this is also developed implemented from the developers. Okay, so how we will validate being a test engineer? By making use of the Selenium, we will automate the front end thing. Okay, okay, front end functionality, front end requirement, each and everything we will automate by looking into the requirement and by looking into the UI. Okay, so after entering some information here, so the second one, business layer, will be there here. Okay, so in the business layer all the business logic will be written. Okay, so that has to be validated, right? Because we should not rely, we should not believe completely on the developer. Okay, so we have to cross check from being a test engineer from our end also. We have to cross check backend data as well, backend details as well. Okay, so we have to perform the backend testing also. So how we will do that? By making use of API. So API testing is nothing but backend testing. Okay, so in this course we learn all those things. Okay, so how the creation is happening, how the updation is happening, how we can delete the resource, how we can update the resource, all these things, complete backend testing things we will be learning. Okay, so the person who knows the front end testing and the backend testing means he is having a huge demand in the market. Okay, so instead of hiring two person for the same resource, so it's better to go with the one person who knows the both knowledge, right? So if you're, after this course, I will promise you guys that you can demand your salary, you can ask in a hike with a good percentage. And if you're trying to switch your job, you can do that also. Okay, no issues in that. This course is having that much of weightage. Okay, so have a in outside also, you just go to the Naukri and you just search. There'll be huge opening. Whatever the interview you will be giving, everyone will ask you, API testing, have you having a idea on the API testing? All these questions, everyone, Paka they will ask you. Must and should they will ask you. Nowadays, each and every company is expecting that the person with the API knowledge. Okay, okay. Any doubt? Fee will be 4,000. Fee will be 4,000. So this is what we are planning. Okay, so the class will start from tomorrow only. Okay, so 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. Okay, so class will start from tomorrow only. So please plan accordingly. Okay, so please contact the like I think you will be having a number. So please contact. They will also contact you guys. Okay, class will start from tomorrow. So please plan accordingly today itself. Okay, because we have to start the course at the earlier, because we have given a workshop on the previous week also. So they want to attend the interviews. Okay, so to attend the interview, we have to finish it off as soon as possible. We have to start it. Okay, because they are in the plan to attend the interviews on API testing. So that's why we are starting from tomorrow only. So plan accordingly. Okay, today itself we plan accordingly. Yes, Saurabh, tell me. Any doubt? Others? Any doubt? Mm-hmm. Okay. Others? Any doubt? Thank you. Thank you, Kalpana. Others? Any doubt? Shall I wind up the class? It is clear. What is that? Priyanka. It is clear. Great explanation. Thank you. Thank you so much. Do you have any offline batch? No, dear. I'm an online trainer actually. So I'm not in a Hyderabad actually. I'm from Bangalore. So I usually take, not usually, I will take a online only. It's completely online from my side. Oh, is it Saurabh? Uh, if you want to ask something, means at least you ping in the chat. I will answer. If you're facing audio issue, means you just ping in the chat. I will just give you internet issue. If you have any doubt, means you ping in the chat. I will explain. So yeah, guys, this is a online class. Okay, because I'm not in a Hyderabad. Um, so I'm in a Bangalore. So this is completely online class. Monday class, but some okay. Can you quick recap? One second. Actually, I attended Monday class, but some reason I was not able to continue. Which Monday, Saurabh? Monday class. Means previous session you are asking? Oh, means so previous after the previous workshop, the one we conducted the demo, right? That one? Okay, okay, no issues. Yeah, no issues, Saurabh. You can continue with this again. We are not completed anything. That batch also combining with this batch only. Okay, you continue. You continue this only. From tomorrow, you continue. We are combining that batch with this, and I will give you again a revision of those things. Okay, but from tomorrow, don't miss. Okay. Anyway, they will be sharing with you all the videos, recorded videos. Okay. Uh, I will also. Uh, mhm. Okay. Okay. So, any doubt? Yeah, duration will be 30 to 35 days. It depends on how you all responding, how you all, picking up the course like that. Okay, depends, completely depends upon. We can finish it up within 30 days also if you're, going fast, or if you guys are stucking in some ways, or if you're getting a doubt, means it will take some more time. Okay, but just, buffer time, I have fixed it. At least a buffer time till 30 to 35 days. Okay. If some reason if it is extending, means at least within that days we can complete that. This class will start from basic. Yes, Saurabh. Yes, this is also starts from basic only. Okay, so for that class only, two classes. Okay, two sessions I have explained there. Okay, that I will cover with this patch also. The people who are also joining today, I have to give a idea of those things, right? Like web URL, parameters of the web URL, JSON, all those details I have to explain for these people also. So I'm starting from the scratch from tomorrow. Okay. So don't miss from tomorrow, Saurabh. Okay. Be ready with your internet connection, your laptop, or everything. Okay. Be ready with that. Don't miss from tomorrow from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. Okay. So anyway, I have to give a idea for this batch also. Okay. But we have to start at any cost from tomorrow. So that's why, guys, I'm telling you, please plan today itself. Okay. For joining and all. How days it will take? Yeah, that's I think. Can I do? Yes, yes, you can do. So, Kalpana, like, don't have any testing knowledge in the sense, are you a fresher?
Ma'am, I am working with as the developer.
Okay.
Am I audible? Yeah.
Yes, yes, you're
So
audible.
I don't have any tasting knowledge, but
Hmm.
actually I have an interest on the API. Actually, I'm going to
Hmm.
working on the API also. So I think it will be beneficial for me.
Hmm.
But
Hmm, hmm, hmm.
is there any prerequisites for this course?
No, like you're working as a developer in which language?
In .NET framework?
Okay, okay, .NET. Fine, fine. No issues. Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
this is fine, right? This is completely API testing. We are not performing any API development. Yeah, this will be useful for you to perform unit testing. After the
Yes, yes,
development or unit testing, you need to perform, right?
yes,
So, yeah.
yes, yes.
Yes, it will be useful for you to perform the unit testing, but we are not performing any development here, okay? So, completely a
Yes,
testing
okay.
part. Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, .NET
So
means just a core Java knowledge, like basic OOPS concepts is required for
yes,
this.
I have. I
Mm,
ever about the CoreJava. Uh,
yeah.
is there any like manual testing, all the things I have to know about that, or it will I can
No,
handle
dear,
it?
no, dear. I will take care with your case. Okay, no, dear, not required. Okay. I
Okay,
will. I will start from the scratch. No, I will take care of it. Okay.
thank you so much.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Saurabh. Okay, Saurabh. Yeah. Okay. So, this any doubt then? Uh, Any doubt? Shy, pretty. Everything is good? Can we wind up the class? Okay. So, okay, be ready with your system and internet issue, everything. Okay. Okay. So, any doubts, guys? Before ending the session, I'm asking once again. Okay. Any doubt? If you have any doubt, means so just clear now itself. So after completing the course, yeah, no issues. You can put, oh, aram se you can with that much of experience. No issues in that sort of. Hmm. And work confidently on the project. Yeah, sure. There is an example, okay, in my first batch, okay. One girl, okay, she's having a gap of some year because of some means she left the job, and after that she joined this course. She was having prior knowledge of the other things. So then she joined this course. Then I started with a manual approach first. Okay, I started with a manual testing of the API. So when I was started that, she has taken some freelancing project from some company. Okay, so once I jumped into automation, whatever the code I was, okay, they are given some requirement in the freelancing. From that company, they are given some APIs and they are given some requirement. Okay, so you have to complete this. Crude operation with a data driven approach, this with a bdd approach, some requirement they are given. Okay, so whatever the thing I was following here and whatever the thing I was explaining, she was she was sitting and she was simply working with those approaches, and she was applying those concepts with the whatever the project she has taken from the freelancing. Okay, she just she was applying all these concepts into that apis, and she submitted that, and which was working perfectly fine. And she got an opportunity to work inside that company. Okay, so after submitting all those things, she got an opportunity to work inside the company. Okay, so that is also an example that I can say it, like this is more than enough to handle any kind of project. Okay, all the basic all the things which are all required to handle any of the project that I am covering here. Okay, so if you come to the project thing and framework thing, I will be giving a idea of one framework. Okay, but completely different. Framework to framework, company to company, framework will be different. Okay, but the basic idea, or like how, at least how we can handle those scenarios, all those criteria, that I will be giving you hold. Okay, but company to company framework will differ. Now every company will not use same framework. Some company will be using of their own framework, but the idea and whatever the code or whatever the basic ideas or approach we follow, everything is same only. Approach is same, but the method or the process they follow is different. Okay, so if you understand that, if you are having hold on this, you can easily apply this with that. Okay, no issues in that. To handling the things is no issues, you can easily handle by having this course knowledge. Okay. Okay, so the okay guys, anything else? Okay. Okay then. Okay. Okay then. Have a great day. Thank you for joining. Bye bye. Bye all. Yeah. Thank you.